development cooperation to help our 187 member states address the social and economic challenges of today and tomorrow's world.
Now, this is my point, friends, those who are listening to me right now, that the development cooperation, the recommendations and conventions, we have C155 and recommendation 164, all governing the health and safety in the workplace. This is towards the 187 member states. All right, take note that the ILO is having 187 member states. The ILO recommendation is towards this member state to be governed by that recommendations and convention consensus, that each of these member states should be influenced by whatever recommendations and best approach towards protecting the workers' rights and of course promoting the social justice, so that workers are not exploited and instead they are respected and provided with rights. Now, the recommendation number 164, which contains in the recent NEBOSH exam. This contains in the recent NEBOSH exam to discuss particularly because question number 5 of this examination in ILO, you will find the convention and the recommendation that one of the obligation of workers is reporting an incident. Because an incident, it will give an opportunity for the company to know what went wrong and at the same time an opportunity to develop measures to prevent reoccurrence. All right? Look at that question. Now the question goes this way. It is likely that the injured apprentice may have contravened some of the responsibilities as a workers within the ILO Organization Convention C155, Occupational Health and Safety Convention 181, number 155, and Article 19 and Associated Recommendation R164, Occupational Health and Safety Recommendation, and 181, close and open parenthesis, number 164, Recommendation 16. Friends, these things I said I have to make my comment on this matter because number 1, the injured apprentice, let it be his name is John, Peter, Prakash, Roger, whatever his name, an ordinary worker in the workplace or anybody in the workplace, should he be charged in contravention or in violation of ILO regulation? My answer is no. No one has been charged in the workplace for a violation of ILO recommendation. Even using ILO Convention 155 and Recommendation 164. Why? Why I said so? This is now the content of my discussion. All right. Let me go back into the presentation here. Now, when I was in university, I remember that this is my report, the International Labor Organization. Any citizen of its country are not directly working with this regulation because this regulation is for the member state, 187 countries. All right? 187 nation or member states of the International Labor Organization. The ILO C-155 and the Recommendation 164, this is for the member state to come up with their policies. They have to review their laws, and if they do not have their laws, they have to integrate the rights of workers, not charging or using ILO to charge someone in the workplace for a violation of the Recommendation 164 and C-155, because this is not ILO and the workers. This is about ILO and the member state. That is why I wonder why task number 5 was created by NEBOSH. I never expect NEBOSH to do this. I've been expecting that NEBOSH will use regulations of the country to regulate people in the workplace. I had also attended sometime. I make this video presentation because I am not comfortable using ILO as a reference in developing safety plan. I remember I reviewed one safety plan submitted by the contractor, and they are using ILO as a matter of reference for some health and safety plan. I told him no, that ILO is for each member state to comply, not you. You are the contractor that is registered under the commercial, under the department, regulated under the department in this country. Then you have to follow your local legislation, not the ILO. Who will comply with the ILO requirements are the 187 member states. You can use the ILO regulation to check and compare. Are your laws recognizing workers' rights? Is your legislation and regulation recognizes and promoting social justice even into the workplace? Are you recognizing or promoting the respect of individual preference in terms of cultural orientation? Is there a deprivation or a law requiring employer to provide what is necessary for the workers? This is the functions of ILO, to check whether the member state are complying with the requirements. Now, what we have in this country right now, we have ILO representative, and I saw them several times speaking about workers' welfare in the workplace. This is about ILO and the state. And I'm happy for that development. And I had observed that representative from ILO is working well, doing some inspections, joining the representative of the state to check. And they had witnessed how the authority monitor and implemented the health and safety regulation that they had. Therefore, it is not properly reviewed. I have my own comment on the question number 5. This question should be properly reviewed by NEBOSH because it looks like it is not properly reviewed. Why the behavior of one worker in the showroom industry shall be check whether his action not to report is in contravention or a violation to the ILO C-155 and Recommendation 164. What that apprentice has something to do with the ILO. How his action becomes a subject matter in comparison to the ILO C155 and Recommendation 164. How come? Is that apprentice a signatory to ILO? Any juridical person for this matter, they are supposed to comply local legislation and not ILO, because ILO recommendations and C155 and Recommendation 164 is for the member state to comply, not individual, young apprentice, John de la Cruz, Peter, Timothy, Roger, Prakash, Bino. They have nothing to do. They don't have direct relationship with the ILO regulation. So I hope questions like this should be thoroughly reviewed before placing it in the examination. This is only my comment in this part. Thank you.
All right.